Most characteristic feature of their song is a loud whistling crescendo, which is kind of like going from a mezzo piano to a forte, kind of like that. If you're a music person, you would know what that means, but if you're not, kind of going from a softer sound to a gradually louder. Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you're doing well today. I hope your day is going great. If not, that is totally fine. Welcome to the Early Bird Weekly Podcast, where we talk about birds. I'm Ritiksha Satish Kumar, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the nightingale. The nightingale has always been a bird of mystery to me. All I know about the bird is that it sings at night, but after I researched a little bit about it, I came to know so many surprising facts about the nightingale, and I think you'll enjoy it. So let's get into today's episode. So the species name for the nightingale is Lucinia megarynchos. So the nightingale is from the genus Lucinia, which has two species, the thrush nightingale and the nightingale. The thrush nightingale is called Lucinia lucinia, and it kind of looks similar to the nightingale. Maybe we'll cover it in another episode. So yeah, speaking about size, the nightingale is actually a small bird. Length is just from 15 to 16.5 centimeters, and it weighs around 18 to 23 grams, so it's very small, but not too small. And its wingspan is 20 to 24 centimeters. The lifespan of the nightingale is 1 to 8 years, so it's slightly shorter than other birds. Its population is pretty steady. There's nothing to worry about. It's of least concern. So yeah. Now let's get into some facts about the nightingale. There are so many interesting facts about the nightingale, but I can't cover every one of them, but I'm just going to do the top 5. So the first fact: nightingales are so named because they frequently sing at night. The name has been used for more than 1,000 years, being highly recognizable even in its Old English form, nightingale. So this Old English form is spelled Nightegale, which means night songstress. This is why its name includes night in several languages. Early writers assumed the female sang, which is not true. In fact, the male nightingale is the one that sings. Males lose weight each night when they sing their beautiful songs. So this is also a surprising fact to me. I didn't know that they lost weight when they sang their beautiful songs. Due to their secretive nature, nightingales are very difficult to spot, and most people have heard of but never seen these birds. So that's one of the specialties or the mysterious quality of the nightingale. You can't really see them, but you can definitely hear them. So coming on to the third fact, the nightingale has been used as a symbol of poets or their poetry. Poets choose this bird as a symbol because of its creative and seemingly spontaneous song. So yeah, coming on to the last fact here, the nightingale is the national bird of Ukraine. One legend tells how the nightingales once only lived in India when one nightingale visited Ukraine. Hearing sad songs from the people, the bird sang its song to cheer them up. The people responded with happy songs. And since then, the national poet Taras Shevchenko observed that even the memory of the nightingale's song makes happy. So the nightingale's song is actually very special in India and Ukraine, and there's a lot of mythology behind it. And it seems like it really is a big inspiration for poets, which I wouldn't doubt. So moving on to a short introduction about the nightingale. The nightingale, or Lucinia megarynchos, is a small passerine bird best known for its powerful and beautiful song. The song of the secretive bird has been described as one of the most beautiful sounds in nature, inspiring songs, fairy tales, opera, books, and a great deal of poetry. So it seems like the nightingale has inspired a lot of art, literature, etc. So yeah, it's a pretty legendary bird. The appearance of the nightingale is plain brown, except for the reddish tail, and it is buff to white below. So the body of the nightingale is kind of small, and we can see that the belly area to the legs is kind of like buff colored or white colored, and then the top is kind of like plain brown, and then the tail is kind of reddish. So yeah, that's like the basic appearance of the nightingale, nothing special. The males and the females are similar in appearance. The eastern subspecies and the Caucasian subspecies have paler upper parts and stronger face pattern, including a pale supercilium. A supercilium is kind of like a distinctive stripe of feathers that runs from the base of the beak above the eye and extends towards the rear of the head. This is often referred to as the bird's eyebrow, and it is a key field mark used in bird identification. Moving on to the geography of the nightingale. Today I have some coffee here. I usually have tea when I'm doing my podcast, but since it's the morning and I have school in like 10 minutes, I'm still not finished with my morning coffee, but anyways, we're kind of getting off track. Anyways, let's come back to the nightingale's geography. The nightingales are migratory birds that breed in Europe, Asia, and Northwest Africa. They also breed in sub-Saharan Africa in the winter. They inhabit forests, open woodlands, and thickets, often along water bodies and shrubland. Nightingales can also be found in suburban gardens and parks. Some of the habits and lifestyle of the nightingale is very fascinating. Nightingales are solitary birds that are active during the day. As for foraging, these birds forage on the ground, hopping around searching for food items in the leaf litter or glean on low branches and leaves. So sometimes they may hunt from perch, and they drop to catch their prey on the ground or pursue insects on the wing. So these birds have a lot of ways of kind of feeding. Gleaning is kind of picking off insects or food from branches and leaves. They also seem to kind of pursue insects or their prey on the wing, which means when they're flying, which is very cool. So yeah, they have a lot of hunting tricks. The nightingales sing mainly during the night, but they can also be heard in the daytime. So we can see that most of the nightingales sing at night, and it means something when they do that. Singing at dawn during the hour before sunrise is assumed to be important in defending the bird's territory. So when they sing at dawn or during the day before sunrise, it means that they're defending their territory. Only unpaired males sing regularly at night. A nocturnal song probably serves to attract a mate. So when they're singing at night, these males are actually attracting a mate. So we can see how the nightingales singing in different times means different things. Their song is loud with an impressive range of whistles, trills, and gurgles. Nightingales sing even more loudly in urban environments in order to overcome the background noise, as we can imagine. The most characteristic feature of their song is a loud whistling crescendo, which is kind of like going from a mezzo piano to a forte, kind of like that. If you're a music person, you would know what that means, but if you're not, kind of going from a softer sound to a gradually louder sound. When disturbed, nightingales produce a frog-like warning call. I haven't heard that yet, but every bird has a warning call. Now let's listen to the nightingale. hope you enjoyed listening to that. Now moving on to the diet and nutrition of the nightingale. Nightingales are carnivorous. They eat a lot of insects, and they feed on beetles, gnats, ants, caterpillars, flies, small worms, spiders, and larvae. And in autumn, these birds supplement their diet with berries and seeds. So yeah, pretty insect-rich diet. So nightingales are serially monogamous, which means they form pairs only for one breeding season and then they change partners. Many birds are actually serially monogamous. In Europe, they breed between late April and mid-July. Nightingales become very territorial during the breeding season, and males aggressively defend their nest territory. Pairs nest on or near the ground in dense vegetation. The nest is an open cup structure made with dead leaves and grass. The female lays 4 to 5 olive green eggs and incubates them within 13 to 14 days. And the male during this time provides her with, as we can see here, the female is the one that is incubating the eggs, and the male is kind of bringing the food. We have seen this in other birds as well. They're born helpless. The chicks are born helpless, and they are fed by their parents for about 10 to 12 days. And at this time, chicks fledge and are ready to leave the nest. Fledging means growing the feathers that they need to fly. They become completely independent 15 to 30 days later and reach reproductive maturity 1 year of age. So yeah, that's some mating facts about the nightingale. Now moving on to the population and the ecological niche. So as we know, the population of the nightingale is pretty steady. The ecological niche is kind of like the role that the nightingales have in the environment. Nightingales play an important role in their ecosystem, and due to their diet habits, these birds control populations of various insects that may damage leaves and the growth of trees and bushes. So they have a role in insect regulation, which is very important for the ecosystem. So that brings us to the end of this early bird episode, and I hope you enjoyed learning about the nightingale. There were certainly so many more facts that I learned about the nightingale, and I hope you did too. So tune into my next episode, and we'll be chatting about another cool bird there. Don't forget to follow this podcast on social media. And if you would like to message me on Instagram, the username is early_bird_weekly_podcast. Or if you'd like to send me an email, you can send it to earlybirdweeklypodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to ask any questions, give suggestions or feedback, and you can share this to your family and friends. That is always really helpful. Or if you don't want to do any of those things, just keep listening. I'm really happy to have you here. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.